Hello, J Prime here. And it's been a little bit, but I wanted to talk about a couple things today. It's been an interesting year. I gotta say, for so many reasons. I gotta say, it's probably like the toughest year that I've ever had. And despite that, it's actually been useful in several ways. There's always a ways to win, I feel. And no matter how tough it gets, I try to focus on you know, doing better, being better. And sometimes that can be tough because, you go through life and you're just like, it's exhausting. And honestly, some days I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't feel great. And it's okay to not feel great. It's just like trying to get out of that. That's the trick. And so I feel like I'm lucky because more often than not, I feel okay. Um, but I know a lot of people who don't. And it's okay that they don't feel that way. And I feel like we do live in a society where there's a stigma about feeling down. There's a stigma about getting help. It's a rough combo. It's like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and we're raised to think that we have to be this way, and that everyone has it together. When in actuality, I think few people do. Like, even if you feel like a lot of people do, maybe not as much as you think. We're all fighting some battle that someone else can't see. And so I know, like for me, right? Like if most people would talk to me on the outside, they were like, "Hey, yeah, there's a dude that has it together," you know. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I do some pretty amazing work in education, so it's amazing. It's very rewarding, and I could do that. I could help a lot of other people out. I can give good advice. I could do this. I could do that, and people will see that and they're like, "Okay, yeah, he has it together." I don't. I wing it. I wing it all the time. But someone very amazing to me once said, "If you're winging it, then you're still flying." And so, like, that's a nice thought, I gotta say. So my main thing is like, right, this year, like I said, is like probably the toughest year I ever had, but it's maybe better. Like I've been tested physically, I've been tested mentally, and I gotta say, I feel like I still come out on top. Now, even with that, even though I feel like I'm doing an amazing job out there, it's still a struggle. I still feel down sometimes, and so it's just like fighting a good fight is tough. But my major thing that I want to get out is like, I mean, if you're out there and you're like, you feel bad, it's okay. You're not alone in that. A lot of people do, and it can be tough to think that, because when you're in it and you don't see it, you feel like you're the only one, and that is unfortunate because we're just like, okay, there's this person out there and that person out there, and they're not supposed to say this or that, and there's a lot of people who don't ask for help. But I've talked to a lot of people over the years, and it's like you'd be surprised. Like maybe people you know pretty well, and they might have something going on, and that's okay. So my thing is like, so if you're going through something, it's okay to go through something. And if you want to do it on your own, that's fine. But if you want help or need help, that's okay too. There are times where we're going to have to do some things ourselves, and there's going to be times where we're going to need the help of others. And the thing about getting help with others, it doesn't make you weak. It could be tough to ask for help. It could take an actual incredible amount of strength. I feel like there's strength in doing things on your own, but there's also strength in asking for help. And I think there's something to be said about that. And honestly, when you are getting help, you still have to do something, right? So it's not just one person. They're still working with you on something, right? You're still responsible for your own well-being, your own health. You have agency. So if you're getting help, no matter what it be, like because it could be talking to some friends more, it could be getting therapy, and if medicine works for you, it could be that. And no matter what you're doing, it still requires you to be a participant in that. So you are still helping you to be better, and sometimes the best thing you can do is to ask for help. And that's you're the one who asks for help, you're the one who takes the help, you're the one who does something with that help. So it's okay to ask other people for this or for that, or to do something about your problems. It's okay. And if you need to do it alone, there's nothing wrong with that too. I find that sometimes I have to do things alone in order to better myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like knowing your limits is important. Trying to figure that out. So my main thing, I guess, at that to close this out is that I am having a tough year, but I am fighting, and it has made me better. And I don't feel like I have looked at it that way the entire year, which is unusual for me. But that's okay. We all have downtime. But I have an amazing support system, and I I'm fortunate enough to have found a way to deal with a lot of stress, to deal with depression, to deal with a lot of different things out there. And it's a kind of a double-edged sword because, I feel like I have to be like very productive. Um, but that has been what I found to be the most effective way for me, and may vary for different people. But if you don't watch that sort of thing, it can get out of control too. So there's always this balancing act. But I think at the end of the day, it's like I'm healthy, I'm alive, and despite how I may feel, I've been doing a lot of amazing things this year, and I should be proud of that. I should be able to enjoy that more. Um, and until I get back to being able to do that fully, all I know is that I will fight, and I know that whatever you may think of yourself, you're able to fight too. We always underestimate our own strength. It's always easier to see on the outside. So if you're out there and you're like, I'm not strong enough to do this, you'd be surprised. Every time that you go out there, get up. It takes an incredible amount of strength. That's a victory. Be well out there, and remember, you're not weak. You're just living life. Pride out.